add decimals, you need to align the numbers. And then you are able to add the numbers together. 2 plus 0 is 2. 9 plus 6 is 15. You would carry the 1. 5 plus 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 0 plus 1 is 1. You would drop down the decimal and keep the sign. Your answer would be negative 19.52. To subtract decimals, you need to align the decimals. And then you are able to subtract. 9 minus 0 is 9. You can't subtract 3 from 6, so you would have to carry the 5. And then that would give you 13. 13 minus 6 is 7. Drop down the decimal. 4 minus 2 is 2. And 1 minus 0 is 1. Your answer would be 12.79. To multiply decimals, you don't need to align the decimal, but you do need to put them underneath each other. And then you are ready to multiply. 7 times 2 is 14. Carry the 1. 7 times 0 is 0. Plus 1 is 1. 7 times 4 is 28. Then you can drop a 0 as a placeholder. 0 times 2 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. And 0 times 4 is 0. You have 2 decimals in the first row. And you have 1 decimal in the second row, which equals 3. So then you can go over 3 spots and put your decimal right there. So it would be 2.814. And that would be your answer. To divide a decimal, you need to first set it up. And then, since the 0.2 has a decimal, you will put it over to the side. Now you have to do the same with the one inside the den. And then you can start. And then, after you do that, you will try to put the 2 into the 10.6. 2 goes into 10 5 times. Drop down your 0.6. 2 can go into 6 3 times. And that evens it out. So then you get 5.3 as your answer. To solve this equation with the decimal, you need to cancel out the 5.8. So then you would do plus 5.8, and you have to do it on both sides of the equal sign. And then you can cancel out the 5.8 in the first place. So then it would be W by itself on the equal side. And then you can add 5.8 to the 1.2 and you'll get your answer. 8 plus 2 is 10, carry the 1. 5 plus 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 7.0, which is 7 flat. You can still include the 0.0 if you want, but you don't have to. To solve this equation, you need to cancel out 3.91. So then you'll rewrite it as minus 3.91. And you need to do it on both sides of the equal sign. And then you are able to cancel out 3.91. So you have K all by itself on the equal sign. And then you can subtract 3.91 against 28. You can't do 0 minus 1, so you'll have to carry. Ten minus 1 is 9. 9 minus 9 is 0. 7 minus 3 is 4. And 2 minus 0 is 2. So then you have 24.09 as your answer. To solve this equation, you need to cancel out 1.2. So then you would write it as 1.2 under the bar line. And you need to do that on both sides. And then you can cancel out 1.2. And then y is all by itself on the left side of the equal sign. And then you can divide. And then you can divide. So it goes 1.2 on the outside and negative 1.44 on the inside. And then you need to move your decimal 1 space to the side. So then 12 goes into 14 one time. 14 minus 12 is 2. Drop down the 4. 12 goes into 24 2 times, and that cancels it out. So then your answer is 12. To solve this equation, you would put 8.2 under 8.2, and you can cancel that out. So n is on the left side of the equal sign. And then you can do 8.2 under 6. And then it would be 0.6 going into 8.2. Put it on the outside. and then you are ready to divide. 6 goes into 8 one time, equals 2. And then you drop down your 2. And then 6 goes into 22 three times. And that is 18. You can't do 2 minus 8, so you have to borrow. 12 minus 8 is 4. 1 minus 1 is 0. And then your answer would be 4. So this problem's really easy because it already has a common denominator. So we will start with 15, and it'll look like 6 plus 3 over 15. And then 6 plus 3 equals 9 over 15. And 9 can't be simplified anymore, so that's your answer. This one's not as easy, but 2 can go into 24 12 times, so that's pretty easy. So then you can go from 1/2, and that'll be times 12 on both of them. And 12 times 1 is 12, and 2 times 12 is 24. So then it can go right into it. So then it will be 21 minus 12 over 24. And then all you have to do is your work, and the teacher always wants you to show your work, so you always have to do it. And that's 9. 21 minus 12 is 9 over 24. And that's pretty much it. So that's your answer. And then you can even simplify that even more. So then that will not be your answer. You could simplify it by divided by 3 on each one. And then it would be 3, and then 24 divided by 3 is 6, so then you have 3, 6. That's your answer. Okay, so we're going to start by multiplying these fractions. But first, you will need to do 1 over 4, and we're going to start it off just like we did up top. And it's going to be 1 times -2, and then the 3 is going to be under. And you're going to multiply 4 times 3 too. But we're going to see if we can make anything out of this. But we can change it, because 2 goes in 4 twice. So we can make the 4 a 2 and the 2 a -1. And that would be 1 times 1 is 1, and keep your negative. And then 2 times 3 is 6. So your answer would be -1 over 6. That's your answer. Alright, so first we have to do is we have to actually write it out. So it's 3 over 4 divided by 6/7. And then you'll make it a multiplication problem, but you'll have to do the reciprocal of 6/7. So it'll be 3/4 times 7 6. So that's the reciprocal. And then you're ready to multiply. So then 6 times 4 is 24. And then 7 times 3 is 21. So it's 21 24ths. And that's your answer. Okay, so this problem's already set up for us.
It's so nice out.
And we're just gonna subtract 1/6 on both sides of the equal sign.
This one's spicy. What?
And then 1/6 is canceled out. And then 5/6 minus 1/6. But we'll do that later. So it's M equals, and then 5 minus 1 over 6. And then 5 minus 1 is 4. So then you get 4/6. And then that can be simplified to over 3. And that's your answer. So this problem, we want n all by itself on the equal sign. So that means we have to get rid of 1/5. So to get rid of that, we'll do plus 1/5 on both sides. And then 1/5 can be canceled out. So then now n's on the equal sign all by itself, but we still need the answer. So it's 3 plus 1 over 5, and that is 4/5. That's your answer. Okay, so for this problem, you're going to do the reciprocal of it. So it's going to be divided by 5 first. And then now that's canceled out, and you don't have to do that. So x equals 4 over 1 divided by 5 over 1. So then it could be 4 divided by 5 over 1. Yeah. Okay, and then instead of dividing, you'll multiply it. So it will be 4 times 5 over 1, and that equals 20 over 1, and your answer is 20. And that's your answer. Okay, so to do this problem, it's 6 over 1 y equals 1/2, and you have to get the y all by itself. So then it will be divided by 1 over 6, and that'll be canceled out because it's the reciprocal. And then it will be 1/2 divided by 1/6. So then y is already all by itself, but you still have to get the answer. So it's y equals, and then instead of doing division, we're going to do multiplication. So it's going to be 1 times 1 over 6 times 2. And 6 times 2, we all know, is 12. And 1 times 1 is 1, so you get 1/12. That's your answer.